Friend, this is Jerome Shaw, host of the Open Palm podcast, coming at you today with a message on something that I learned. One of the greatest lessons that came to me when I was living in California, and I had the fortunate encounter with some monks and nuns from Myanmar. They were all Burmese, and they brought me into their meditation center called Tabarwa, Mindfulness and Detachment. And if any of you are watching this from Tabarwa, Minglava, Mingla na nekema, grateful for you. So impermanence was one of the lessons that they taught me. And at first, it was a daunting idea. It was a daunting concept. And some fears came up with the idea of impermanence. But after a while, after much contemplation, after much relaxation and meditation, there arose a new elevation of thought and of being and of love for this concept we call impermanence. And I realized that impermanence can be beautiful, just like we view nature. We are nature. So how can impermanence bring peace in your life? Understanding this simple concept. You know, it's funny. I chuckle at this quote by Muhammad Ali. "I'm the greatest. I done wrestled with an alligator, tussled with a whale, handcuffed lightning, thrown thunder in jail. That's bad. I'm bad." Love Muhammad Ali and his quotes here. But one of them that I hadn't heard too often was one that kind of goes hand in hand with impermanence. And it's not fighting impermanence, understanding that all things change, right? And the man who views the world at 50, the same as he did at 20, has wasted 30 years of his life. Hey Danielle, grand rising to you, great day to you. And when I think about this, you know, what comes up for you when you see this? What comes up for you when you view this quote? If you view the world the exact same way as you do today, 30 years from now, what does that say? What have you learned? How have you changed? How has life molded, shaped, and colored you? And in what ways can impermanence and change be beautiful? I remember the comedian Cat Williams said, the worst thing anyone ever told him was never change. Hey man, never change. Hey bro, don't change. And I thought it was ironic at first hearing that. But I realized that change is inevitable. Growth is optional. We'll say that one more again. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. So my friend, every single moment we are undergoing birth and death. This is the way that things are. There's always a time for inhalation and exhalation. We are being reborn and we are dying in the same breath. Each time we arise, each time we go back to sleep. When we were born, the breath came in the body. When we leave here, the breath transitions. You've heard people next to their loved ones at their home or at the hospital or wherever they spend their last days, they say, we were with them till their last breath, their final exhalation. So this process is happening all the time. It's impermanence. We are in harmony. synchronized with nature. Inhalation, exhalation, birth, death, reborn, dying all the time, in each moment. And we can embrace this process. Now, your circle, the people around you, often some people may judge you for changing, right? They may see changes in you. You're not the same as you once were. Kind of like the caterpillar staring across at the butterfly saying, "You've changed." And the butterfly saying, "Aren't we supposed to? Isn't that the way things are? Isn't life about change, about impermanence?" Others may celebrate you for growing. And we can choose our friends and our circle wisely. There's been so many people, I can't even tell you, that have fallen off by the wayside, communication gone out the window from the changes that have occurred in me. And one of my good friends, Lamb, legend already made, he told me, as you are going up in your elevator of life, certain people, certain friends, certain family members, certain people in your life are just going to get off on their floor. As you change, so does everything change around you. So as you continue to rise, they're going to say, "Ding, that's my floor. It's time for me to get off. Ding, that's my floor. It's time for me to get off." But it's okay. You just continue to grow. You just continue to rise. You just continue to be in your own vibration, in your own elevation in life. Understand that Thich Nhat Hanh, it is not impermanence that makes us suffer. What makes us suffer is wanting things to be permanent when they are not. This was one of the greatest lessons that I ever had. It is our expectation of the way we think things should be that hampers or puts a damper on the way things could be in life. And one of the greatest things that was given to me to appreciate the way things are is meditation. Meditation allowed me to appreciate and be grateful for the way things are. Not so much thinking, I wish it was like this, but to say, it is what it is, and that's okay. Now, this is the beautiful thing that I found, that thanks to impermanence, all things are possible. Think about it. If everything was permanent, if nothing changed, how would you be here today? It is because of impermanence, because of change, that we get to exist. We get to be here, that we get to breathe here, and we get to experience this wonderful life. And it can be that way if we see that way. Anyone who has ever lost something that they thought was theirs forever finally comes to realize that nothing really belongs to them. Many cultures throughout history, perhaps even the Egyptians with the sarcophagus and the tomb and the casket, holding on to their possessions, their jewelry, their trinkets, thinking they would take them with them to the afterlife. When we realize that we can't really take anything with us, what becomes the most important in your life? Is it the money? Is it the material possessions? Or is it the memories that you have gathered? Is it the experiences that you have had here on earth? Very interesting, the value that we place in things that we cannot take with us. Understanding that impermanence is a principle of harmony, and that when we don't struggle against it, we are in harmony. We are in flow with reality. So whatever you resist persists in life, be it an idea, a perception. Your mentality creates your reality. And to be in flow, don't be in force. Instead of struggling against, relax. It's one of the things that helps me in times of inner turmoil to understand that all is impermanent. Just relax, Jerome, just breathe. And even 5 minutes of conscious breathing, it can give you this feeling of inner peace, inner knowing, to realize that all is well. Out of this situation, only good can come. I am safe, all is well. Yes, Kasima Amada, to be in flow, let it all go. I love that. That rhymes, I love that. You got bars. And finally, a quote by Lao Tzu from the Tao Te Ching. If you realize that all things change, there is nothing you will try to hold on to. Everything changes. Change. Embracing change, we understand that life can be so beautiful when we're not fighting against it in struggle, but instead being in harmony and synchronizing with nature, whose pace is patience and whose concept is change. So don't fight change, my friend. The day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was much greater than the risk it took to blossom. Open up your life to all of its wonderful possibilities. Embrace change. And I thank you for being here. Thank you, Haruka, Danielle. Thank you for coming in. Yes, it is very energizing, says Nada. Appreciate you. To be here is very energizing with you. We are in flow. We let it all go. So much love, my friend. I appreciate you. I trust that you were able to receive a message, a nugget of wisdom to take with you. Drop something in here in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay that we can all take with us, tag someone in this that you feel would gain value from this message. Ding the bell notification to be notified whenever we do these live sessions. And check out the Open Palm podcast. The link is in the bio for you, your listening pleasure, and your daily inspiration, my friend. Be well, be blessed. Embrace change, and knowing that all is permitted because all things change. Take care, and we will catch you again very, very soon. Much love.